Alright, here's where we are. Love my setup, makes getting things super easy. Right now we're looking at the frame modifications I want to do on each side of the subframe to try and get some more rigidity and support for the lower arms. Now I know earlier you couldn't see what I was speaking about, but today you can. So as you can see, you've got the main hoop of the subframe here, and it mounts to the furthest front bolt right here of the original Subaru subframe mounting, and then this lower arm comes off that main hoop and goes all the way back to where the first bolt for the original control arms was, right? So what ends up happening here, I believe, is that as the suspension travels and I put pressure, because of the extreme angle and whatnot, and it pushes back there. And I'm hearing a lot of popping and banging, so I think that I need to add some additional reinforcement to stop the flexing. Also, earlier I had a problem with broken welds up in this front portion of the hoop here, and again, it's because when you turn on full angle, the pressure here and there is moving this bar back and forth, and it was snapping the welds. So I don't think that under normal conditions this would be a problem, but with the extreme angle of the drift car, it is an issue. So what I want to do is tie in a bar that I'm probably going to gusset this little portion here, this little triangle here, and then tie in a bar from here up to the frame rail. I'm probably going to weld a plate to the frame rail up here, and then put a bolt behind it, and then do the bar with its own plate until we can screw into that and has something solid to put pressure on. And I'm hoping that that will steady this portion of the subframe and stop it from moving back and forth. It'll have to pull against this bar. So that's the idea. The only other thing I could think of is to tie in some kind of an H brace from this point here on the subframe, on the lower control arm, and here on the lower control arm, and go under the engine like a cradle to the other side and tie them together. But that only solves half the issue that I'm trying to fix, which is the up and down pressure being exerted by all of this moving stuff on this one point here. So I want to get some reinforcement in this area. So that's what we're working on. And near as I can tell, we got hoses and shit all up in the way. Plenty of space to maneuver. There's nothing engine-wise or component, nothing that goes through that area. On the other side of the motor, it's the same deal, and we got even more room to toy with and play back with. I can go further back with the bar against that slanted section of the frame rail there, just kind of blend that out and weld a plate there and go for it. The other side I can't do that because of some of the modifications I made for that pedal setup, but you can see clear, no issues. So yeah, that's where we are. Now I can probably go ahead and just move forward with disconnecting the exhaust and all the other odds and ends to try and get this motor ready to be pulled out, so I can assess what damage we did or did not do at that last event. I have a fair idea of what the issue is, but we will see. At any rate, this is where we are, and we'll check back in later.